Good morning. Welcome to Craft with Ronnie. I'm Ronnie Johnson, an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I'm here today to bring you my Techniques Tuesday class. I want to remind everyone that I do have an online store, a blog, my YouTube channel, as well as a Facebook channel. All of the information for each of those will be listed below the video, so I hope you'll join me and watch me create on those different platforms. So today I wanted to talk about embossing folders, and in particular I've got a new one. It's called Distressed Tile 3D. It's a really pretty folder, and I wanted to talk about some of the ways that you can use embossing folders. They're a little bit different than things that we've traditionally done. So I'm going to grab some scratch paper here, a little bit of my grid paper, and I'm going to actually ink up my embossing folder. This is Night of Navy ink. And again, as always, the directions for this card, in this technique, all the cutting directions, that is, will be on listed on my blog later today. So I'm going to go make sure I got plenty of ink on it. And then for the card, I was going to show a couple ideas that I had previously done. So this is one, and this is a Cajun Craze cardstock, and it has early espresso ink on it, the same folder. I haven't quite figured out what I'm going to do with this card yet, but I know I'll get there. So, but for today's card, I'm going to use some Starry Sky. Actually, I think I need a little more ink there. Come all the way up. Some Starry Sky cardstock. This is 1.5 inches by 5 1/4. And I'm going to place that inside, get rid of that ink because we know what happens when we don't. And I'm going to just drop my piece right down inside. So the Night of Navy is like the next deepest tone of blue. So I think that the two are going to look really well together. I'm going to go ahead and put it over here off to the camera. I'm going to send it through my Stamp and Emboss machine, emboss it. I will say with this technique, it's pretty hard to do this technique without ending up inky. So it's just part of crafting. Okay, we're going to go ahead and open that up. And we're going to pull our piece out. The embossing folder looks trashed, but it really isn't. It just needs to go into a sink, just run it under some water, baby wipes. I just like running it underneath water in the sink and then just letting it air dry. So we'll do that later. So here's our piece. And you can see the different colors in it, and it adds something to that embossing, just gives it another layer. So this is the card I created, and I'm going to kind of walk through how it was done. I started out with some Starry Sky cardstock, and I did my card base. Like I said, the measurements will all be over on the blog. I added a piece of this is Winter Meadow Designer Series paper. It's a 12 by 12 paper. It's a beautiful paper, lots of really pretty designs on it. And then I added my embossed piece to it. And again, like I said, this was embossed using Night of Navy ink on that Distressed Tile 3D embossing folder and Starry Sky ink. So I'm just going to add some adhesive to that. Oh, my little sentiment here. I talk about this set all the time, this go-to greetings. Love, love, love the fonts. And it's got all the really necessary sentiments in it, so it's a great set to have. So I just stamped Happy Birthday. The little die cut is from another one I think is a really basic tool, which is the Stylish Shapes dies. And so I stamped that sentiment, that happy birthday on there. Again, I used some Starry Sky ink just to kind of pull in what we already have going on. And I glued it down. Now I'm just going to glue my embossed folder piece down that's been inked. Line it up there. Pretty simple and pretty basic. Final step to make it look like the finished one is just to add our gems. And today I did remember to bring the proper tool to do that. I've got my take your pick tool. These are, oh boy, they really want to come out today. These are some really cute little gems. They're called tinsel gems, and they come in 4 different colors. There's lemon lime twist, berry burst, blueberry bushel, and pretty peacock. And we're using the blueberry bushel today. I'm just going to add one. I think I'll put one right there. Grab another one, put it over here. And then, because things always look better in odd colors, I'm going to add a 3rd one up here. And there you have it. That's all there is to it. Now, I will say I intend to add another technique on top of this technique using the one I showed you previously. So stay tuned for next week, because next week we're going to use this and we're going to build up from it so that I can show you how to bring one technique into another technique. So very short video, but a really great technique. You can use it with any embossing folder you have, and it just takes it up to a whole new level. As always, thank you for joining me, and until next Tuesday, happy crafting.